It's so awesome to be recognised amongst so many other fantastic and incredible women. It is incredibly hard to be a woman in business just generally. I personally think that being a woman in the music industry is really, really difficult, but having that self-belief has really gotten me through, and I get to do this thing every single week, and I see hundreds of kids every Saturday night who are really stoked and happy to be at my event, and that feeling is something that I will never be able to replace, and it never would have been there if I hadn't have just tried.
Welcome to episode 171 of Be The Drop, a weekly interview podcast sharing stories from people who inspire and motivate others to help you learn how to tell your story. I'm Amelia Veal, Director at Narrative Marketing and firm believer in the superpower of storytelling. The SA Woman Awards are designed to showcase and celebrate the achievements of women-led businesses within the SA Woman Network. I recently had the pleasure of attending these awards to interview and gain insights from women who are winning in business. Carly Thompson-Barry is the founder of SA Woman. Through her entrepreneurial journey, she fundamentally understands the difficulties female entrepreneurs and business owners face via social pressures, family responsibilities, and unconscious biases. Carly created the awards night to celebrate women doing amazing things in all industries, in businesses of all sizes. In today's episode of Be The Drop, we are joined by Carly and some of the winners from the SA Woman Awards night. We discuss the incredible value of a supportive network, and the winners share their top tip for success in business. Among the guests are Robyn Verrall, Alex Kay, Carolyn Jeffrey, Steph Malan, Megan Hodge, and Bree May. This is Be The Drop, live from the SA Woman Awards. Are you considering starting a podcast? At Narrative Marketing, we deliver a full range of podcast production options. Or if you'd like help getting started to produce your own content, I also deliver podcast training programs. Hit the link in the show notes for more details.
Hi, I'm Carly Thompson-Barry, founder of SA Woman Australia.
Well, Carly, we're currently here at the 2019 Awards night and the room is packed. How many women have we got with us tonight?
There is over 200 people in the room. We do have a few men in there, but the majority is women. So I think probably like a good 190 are women inside the room tonight. And
this is the second year that the awards has run, and it's grown significantly since last year, as has the SA Women's membership, which is a great achievement. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, to be honest, it's kind of blown me away to think that it's grown. Just the awards night alone, we had sort of 60 people last year and over 200 this year, and the membership has grown from about 150 to over 500. So the support of the South Australian women in business community is what has really helped it grow. Women are spreading the word, they're telling others, and they're really enjoying being part of what I guess I essentially have created but haven't created on my own, because it takes the community to make it what it is.
Yeah, and why is it that you think that women are really responding and, embracing this group and the awards?
I think women have been waiting for something like this. I really think that, there's been lots of groups and lots of networking in the past, but has been in quite a masculine way. I've really emphasised the community over competition, which I think is really starting to resonate. Perhaps a few years ago, I did try it then. It was a bit harder to crack that nut, but people are really starting to respond to actually wanting to lift up other women, and they get a buzz from it just as much as I do when they're seeing other women growing and thriving. And I think they're inspired by seeing other women as well. So they see them doing it and they start to believe that they can do it themselves.
Yeah, and you yourself personally have gone through a journey, and you talked about that in your speech earlier about the hardship and where you were 2 years ago, and now, the fight song coming on and you're really rising up. Share us a little bit about that.
So you knew me back 2 years ago, so you kind of knew, and that was an incredible chapter of my life when it came to business, but it was a constant battle. I just felt for the whole 3 years there was not anything easy or simple. It was just hard work, and then burnt myself out. And I think that was really what made me have to make the decision to close that chapter of my life and really reassess what it was that brought me joy. And it was supporting women that brings me joy. It wasn't necessarily having a physical space. And when I realised I could still do that without a physical space to do it in, that was when things shifted and I went, oh, maybe I can do something else with this and I can bring back the community, which was the essence of what my previous business started on.
So, you've really gone through that journey that people talk about. You've lived the experience of closing one business, one door closing, another door opens, which are cliched sayings, but you've really experienced that. So, and you've really gone and embraced this, closing one chapter doesn't mean failure because you've just rebirthed yourself.
Yeah, definitely. And I think we look so negatively on failure, and especially here in Adelaide, like so many people are scared to try because of what people might say. Whereas if you go into some of the other places, like over in America in the tech areas, they celebrate failure. They want you to fail. It's a good thing to fail because you can learn from that and come back stronger with more knowledge. So I think if we can not be so scared of failing, and that's where I think having a community of women around you who are there to help you get back up again if something doesn't quite go to plan, but also to say to you, hey, that's happened to me before and this is what I did to get through. You can also learn from others at the same time.
Fantastic. And on the awards, just to finish, why do you think having these awards to celebrate the successes of women is really important?
I think the world's ready for it. I think it's been a man's world for long enough, and I think the business space in particular, I still get people surprised that I'm the founder of SA Woman. I still only recently, in renting a space, had the real estate agent say, do you want to chat to your husband first before making that decision? It's time. It's time that the world knew about women and the things that they're doing in business, but even more so that South Australia is not a backwater like some people think it is. There is incredible things happening, not just here in Adelaide, but also in our regional areas as well. And I think that's why these awards are so important, for women to be recognised for what they're doing.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Hi, Robyn Verrall. I'm from Bullies Meats in Keith, South Australia.
And you've just won the SA Woman Member of the Year award. How does that feel?
Totally surprising. I'm just stunned. It's not something I was expecting.
Well, congratulations. And this award really recognises your support of other women, helping out and supporting them throughout the network and also in your area. What is it that motivates you to do that?
I'm in a position where I'm privileged in my life, and being a lot older than some of the girls here, sometimes everyone needs a hand up, not a handout.
And so for you, providing that sort of mentoring type role, what do you think is an important aspect of that and what you do?
I think the important aspect of being any sort of mentor is kindness. And if somebody can't do it, help them do it. And you need to look at life and go, there are worse things in life than giving somebody a hand and making sure that they do the best that they can achieve.
And so in your business experience and business journey, what have been some of the key business lessons that you've really learnt along the way? I mean, I'm sure there's so many, but is there any that sort of stand out?
Lessons learnt in business, in any business, is to make sure you get paid for what you're worth. Value your product and value yourself. If you devalue yourself, you devalue your product.
And, certainly when you're new in business, that can be really hard to establish what is your worth. So any advice around that?
You have to actually find your price point. So go out and ask your friends and ask your family, because if they're not prepared to pay you, neither's anybody else.
Thank you so much and congratulations.
Hi, my name's Alex Karatassa and I own Taking Back Saturday, and I also work for 5-4 Entertainment.
Okay, so Taking Back Saturday, what's that all about?
So it's actually a club night that I do all across Australia every weekend. We do it in Brisbane, Sydney, Hobart, Melbourne, Perth, Canberra, and a few other places actually. And yeah, it's just a night out for people to enjoy emo rock music.
Fantastic. So congratulations, you've just received the Allrounder award. How does it feel?
It feels really overwhelming, but really great. It's so awesome to be recognised amongst so many other fantastic and incredible women. To be nominated at all was a huge blessing, I guess. So yeah, to win is even better.
So for you in your business journey, what have been some of the lessons that really stand out for you?
I guess being authentic and doing things because you want to do them and because it's something that you really care about. I think that's the most important thing. I think customers and patrons can really see through when people are doing things for the wrong reasons. So I think that's a real big part of how we've gotten to where we are today.
And for you, do you think there's any difference as a woman in business and any takeaways that you think, you've learned from that?
Yeah, I mean, it is incredibly hard to be a woman in business just generally. I personally think that being a woman in the music industry is really, really difficult, but I've kind of found out that, men don't really know what they're doing either, so we should never really feel intimidated or feel like we shouldn't be doing what we're doing. We can do whatever they can do. Yeah, and I think it's just having that self-belief has really gotten me through, and I think a lot of people should sort of focus on that themselves. Yeah.
So any advice that you would give to other people considering getting into business?
If you have something that you're really passionate about, just do it and give it a try. The worst thing that could happen is it just doesn't work. You might end up creating something really incredible that a lot of people love. I get to do this thing every single week, and I see hundreds of kids every Saturday night who are really stoked and happy to be at my event, and that feeling is something that I will never be able to replace, and it never would have been there if I hadn't just tried.
And how do you, how have you grown your business, promoted your business and communicated what you do?
Yeah, so we started in a really small basement in the Rhino Room in Adelaide. It was 100 people, and then we sort of grew every single month. More and more people came, and in the last year, I think we had something like 16,000 people come through the doors. It's sort of a community organic growth as well as the social media.
Yeah, and because you've managed to grow interstate as well from here.
Yeah. I think that starting in Melbourne and Sydney, we had a lot of help from the venues over there, but it really was just all marketing on social media. And when we had the first events over there, it sort of snowballed in the same way Adelaide did.
All right, and any takeaway advice from you on people following their dreams?
Honestly, I always listen to music, and it's something that I always wanted to do for a job. I didn't really know what I wanted to do, but I knew I had that passion. So I think if you have something that you're really passionate about, think about that and harness that in whatever way you can, and you'll probably work out how to turn that into a career at some point, if it's really, your biggest passion.
Hi, I'm Carolyn Jeffrey, and I'm the founder of the Women in Business Regional Network.
Fantastic. Well, congratulations. You've just received the Community Award. How does it feel?
A bit surreal. It's probably taken a little bit to sink in. It's probably only in the last week or so that I've really realised the difference that I've made to women throughout regional South Australia.
And what was it that motivated you to create your business?
So, a bit like Carly, the founder of SA Woman. So I have been working on my own and feeling the isolation. I've been in the regional areas, so I've got a real connection with women in regional areas. So I felt that they needed some training, some opportunities to network, some advocacy as well, because I do a lot of advocacy on their behalf to government. So that was the reason and the motivation behind it.
And what has been in your business journey some of the biggest challenges that you've faced?
Myself is probably the biggest challenge. So to overcome the imposter syndrome and keep on saying to yourself, am I good enough to do this? Can I do that? And do I deserve this is another thing. So that's probably one of the biggest things.
And what advice would you then give to other people in business to help tackle some of these challenges?
Absolutely, to seek out your sisterhood, seek out people who can give you support. Because at the end of the day, there's plenty of women in business out there who are only too happy to help other women in business.
And specifically for regional businesses, because it can be isolated, being that distance away from, the centre of services, what are some of the specific things that you think help regional businesses?
Certainly social media has helped connect a lot of people who are isolated. So if you can find groups that are appropriate for your particular business or your particular area, that's a really great way to connect up. And then if you can then find collaboration opportunities with other business women, that's also a real help, and mentors.
Hi, I'm Steph Malan. I'm the co-founder and co-director of The Village Co.
Fantastic. Well, congratulations on your award. You are the winner of the Heart Award for 2019. How does it feel?
Good, surprised and extremely humbled and proud, really.
So tell us a little bit about your business as a heart-centred business.
So we run a not-for-profit organisation called the Village Co, and we are all about empowering young families, new families that are in need.
So what was it that motivated you to start?
So I'm a midwife and I see women come into the hospital every single day and they have nothing. They have no one, and there needs to be more that needs to be done for them. So I just wanted to fill that gap and provide all the essentials that they need when they come into hospital to have their baby and make them feel loved and empowered and cared for.
So for you, what were some of the biggest challenges in building this not-for-profit?
Well, dealing with government, just navigating how do you even start a not-for-profit and, Google searches, calling on the right people, getting the right mentors, and basically it's just the biggest hurdles have been working out how to run this and run it successfully, and thankfully we've got the right people behind us that have made it happen.
And it's fantastic. So this is really a project around bringing women together, helping support other women, So how important is then having something like SA Women around you as an organisation to be part of, being in this journey?
Really, aligning with someone like SA Woman has just been the perfect opportunity and just such a blessing that we're surrounded by women all in the same boat, wanting to help other women, but now we can help each other in our own businesses, but we can also together as this village show the community of South Australia that we're here to help them, even if they can't run their own business or they're just not in that place yet.
Fantastic. And what does winning this award mean to you?
Just sort of that validation that we're on the right path, that we are supported, there is that village out there, and it's really encouraging.
I'm Megan Hodge from Your Wealthy Life.
Firstly, congratulations on your award. That's a really great achievement. How are you feeling?
Ecstatic, really? Yeah, very surprised.
So, New Women on the Block, how long have you been in business?
So just on 12 months, we just celebrated our first birthday.
Right. And what was it that made you decide to go into business for yourself?
So I'm a financial planner and I'd been working for other people for a very, very long time, and they had just different views around what we wanted the client experience to be like. So I thought I should start it myself, and that's what I did.
So the first year of business is a pretty wild roller coaster. Can you share with us some of the key things you've learnt this year?
Grit your teeth through the hard times. Surround yourself with really amazing people that will remind you why you're doing what you're doing, and just keep swimming.
And for you, what was the biggest challenge in growing your business?
My biggest challenge was the step between being on my own to having staff. So being brave enough to take on somebody else and the responsibility of having an employee.
Yes, that is a big step. And so for you, what have you learnt from that?
I've learnt that you should always hire on values, not on skill. And I have the most incredible team member with me. So it feels like I've got somebody else in my corner.
And where have you gone for sort of outside, business support and information to help you grow your business?
So I'm involved in lots of business communities. So SA Woman obviously is one, but I put myself into a mentoring group as well. I'm in a structured referral marketing group. So I work with all different business owners. I think it's really important to just constantly surround yourself with business owners, because it feels a lot like you're on the journey on your own, and then you talk to other people and you realise they're feeling exactly the same way that you are.
And what about winning this award? What does that mean for you?
I feel like winning the award was a big validation for all the hard work.
Hi, I'm Bree May from Food According to Bree.
Congratulations on the win. You've just won the Rise Up Award for your business, which recognises growth, big growth in the previous year. So I'd love to know, obviously, first of all, how does it feel?
I'm actually really blown away by it, to be honest with you. I'm actually feeling really teary.
You've had a big year of growth. Yeah. What has that taken from you?
A lot of determination, a lot of dedication, very extremely long hours. And huge amounts of passion. I love what I do, and I feel lucky. I'm thankful. I get to wake up every day and do what I love. So, it seems like it just comes easy to me because I love it, but it's not easy. I'm not saying it comes easy.
So then what advice would you give for people looking to go into business and going through growth phases?
I think, it's always a slow burn. You've got to start somewhere. It took me a really long time to sort of build my client base, and you just can't ever give up, and you have to always be willing to do more and be more and step outside your comfort zone, never stop learning and never stop pushing yourself. And fundamentally, you've just got to believe in what you're doing and know that the path that you're on is exactly the one you should be on.
And so then winning this award, does that help really solidify that?
Do you know what? It really does. You're in your business and you do it and you put your heart and soul into it, and it's your whole life. It's everything. And to get that sort of pat on the back and hey babe, you're doing really well here. It's awesome. Oh my God. I can't even believe it. Just to feel recognized. It's so crazy amazing.
Oh, fantastic. Well, congratulations. In conclusion though, could you share us maybe one tip that you think really helps or has helped you in this past year?
Honestly, self-belief. Seriously, know that what you're doing, you're going to believe in yourself more than anybody else with. That's just the fact of the matter, but you have to never lose faith in yourself. Just keep going, man, because it will happen one day. It will.
Fantastic. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining me for another episode of Be The Drop. Don't forget to subscribe in order to ensure you never miss out on one of our weekly episodes. Be The Drop is produced by Narrative Marketing, where we believe that stories connect individuals and that powerful storytelling can positively impact the world. To unleash your storytelling superpower, visit narrativemarketing.com.au or check out our social links in the show notes. To contact me directly with any specific comments you have, you can email me via amelia@narrativemarketing.com.au. And don't forget that whilst a task or challenge may seem overwhelming, a waterfall begins with one drop, and look what comes from that.